Ladies and gentlemen, this is our time to rise up against all the huge content creators on the YouTube platform and beat their sub count. I don't know why this has been the thing that I've chosen to do, but dadgummit, I need your help. I need you to hit that mother flipping subscribe button going, oh, slap it around like your grandma. Poor grandma. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, guys? I am your boy Expel. It's me. Hey, how are you? And today we're gonna be covering 7 tips to help you guys get so much better at Call of Duty Warzone. Before we hop into things, I do want to let you know it'd be greatly appreciated. You go ahead and drop the video a like if you do go on to enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. As I said, we're working our way up to 60,000 subscribers on the channel, so please do me a favor, drop the video a like, subscribe, and make sure to turn on notifications. That way you get notified every single time I post a video. You can also follow me over on twitch.tv/iamexpel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way up until 2 p.m., which is when the videos go live on YouTube. And last but not least, follow me over on Twitter, join my Discord, and for the love of God, I don't know, just watch the video, enjoy, Yo, as a quick reminder, ladies and gentlemen, I do make these videos for a general audience. I have no way of specifically talking to, an advanced audience or a very, very bad audience or whatever it may be. So please keep that in mind, because if you do know some of these tips, it's best to just kind of let me know, hey, I knew a couple of these, and maybe share a couple more that you feel like other people might not know. But regardless, let's go ahead and hop into things, and let's start things off with our very first tip, which is if there is a new circle, there are new contracts. I actually didn't notice this until maybe a few weeks ago, but as new circles come in, so do new contracts. So if you find yourself in a situation where there's no contracts available that you want to do, recons don't give you enough money, you don't have enough gun power to go grab a bounty and go fight someone else, so wait for those scavenger contracts on the next circle if you have the ability. These contracts will pop up, I promise you, because with a new circle, there are new contracts. Tip number 2 is to have an in-game leader. I can't tell you how big of a deal this is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not joking when I say this. Having an in-game leader is absolutely massive. Whenever I'm playing with my friends or just randoms or something like that, having an in-game leader really just gives you some sort of stability within the team, because you base it off of one person's experience. Find the player who makes the best plays in your team and let them be the in-game leader. Let them call the shots, because if everyone is doing their own thing, everybody's just gonna run around like a chicken with their head cut off. One teammate's gonna run one way, one teammate's gonna run the other. One of those guys is gonna run into an entirely full team and just get killed, and after that person's dead, even if you tried to avenge them, you're still at a disadvantage because you don't have as many players as before. So having that in-game leader to tell you, hey, let's all do this, hey, let's all do that, it could be very, very useful. Moving on to tip number 3, that is going to be to use the heartbeat sound rather than holding it out and using its visuals. Now, I don't know how many of you know this, but the heartbeat sensor actually doesn't even have to be pulled out all the way before you can use it to find enemies. All you have to do is press the button to bring it out, and then it will come out and you can let go of it immediately. Now, there is a specific reason that I would recommend doing this rather than just constantly holding the heartbeat sensor out. When you have the heartbeat sensor out, you move a little bit slower. You're not able to sprint. You're not able to do stuff like that. But if you just tap the button, bring it out, and allow it to maybe show you other enemies within the area without you having to look at it specifically, you can hear it. It'll go beep. It'll let you know that other people are around. It allows you to keep moving, and worst comes to worst, if there is someone around, you can pull it back out, find where they were, and be able to use the visuals then after you've slowed down and found yourself a better position. Tip number 4 is something that I keep trying to speak on within any of the videos that I post, where I basically go over not even specific tips, but just the whole gameplay. You hear me talk about it in solos, you hear me talk about it in duos, but that is to avoid open areas. A lot of people have had a ton of issues with campers. I can't tell you the number of comments I've gotten on my videos talking about the issues they have with I don't know what to do at the end of the game. I don't know what to do whenever I get killed by a camper. Like, there's no way to stay away from campers. Yes, there is, ladies and gentlemen. Do me a favor and avoid open areas. People sitting on top of roofs will just snipe you out of the middle of a field, whatever it may be. If you are in an open area, you do not have cover in most cases. So what you want to be doing is hugging walls, slowly moving around the outside of the map if you feel that that's something you can do. But in any case, avoid open areas. Also, at the same time, kind of don't rush into buildings, but just do your best to hold cover at all times, and it will be absolutely massive for you and your team in whatever scenario you all find yourself in. Tip number 5 is to tag enemies while you are down. Now, this is something very, very weird that people probably are like, well, I should have already tagged them while I was up. So the reason that you tag them while you're down is because if you get downed and you're by yourself, or you get downed and your teammate's fighting someone else, if you don't tag that enemy and you're just trying to call out, hey, there's got me, this guy could run all the way around a separate side of where your teammate's at and catch them off guard. So it's best to, let them know by live tagging the enemy, which is basically like looking at the enemy, tagging them with the marking system, and it'll actually keep the enemy tagged for a short duration. I think it's around 5 seconds, while the enemy moves around to maybe try and get your teammate. This will allow your teammate to know when the enemy is pushing them. That way they can kill them instead of getting killed by them. Tip number 6 is going to be to carry smoke grenades to revive your teammates. Now, I know a lot of people run heartbeat sensors, a lot of people run stun grenades, but if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have those things in your inventory, I highly recommend that you grab those smoke grenades on the ground. You may not be thinking about it now, but carrying those smoke grenades are absolutely huge. They are massive in this game. When a teammate can't see you and you can get those quick revives in the smoke and then back out, you're going to have a much better chance of fighting that enemy and getting that enemy killed. So if you're carrying those smoke grenades, or even what I would recommend is maybe have a designated teammate to carry smoke grenades and have a restock on their class to maybe chuck some smoke grenades out to keep you guys covered, or even just get out of the situation in general. Smoke grenades can be used in a vast variety of ways, and reviving teammates is just one of them. Getting out of a situation, covering a spot so that you can push through and kill the enemy. There are so many different ways that you can use smoke grenades, so I highly recommend that you use them, carry them, or at least have someone on your team that carries them. Tip number 7 is to float in the air when you respawn to find an area you want to go. Now, what I mean by this is whenever you go to the gulag, whenever your team dies or whatever it may be, if all of you go to the gulag and you're all pretty good and maybe you're gonna make it out, float in the air and wait for your team. Once they make it out of the gulag, everybody can float for a second and decide where they want to go. You can go for a scavenger contract, you can go for a recon to figure out where you need to go next, or you can decide where you want to go as a team to just loot up. This is a very great tactic that I find myself using with a lot of my friends, and I see a lot of people whenever they come back from the gulag, they just immediately go back into the gunfight instead of waiting for their teammate. They think, oh, I'm gonna get a little bit ahead and go ahead and grab maybe like a scavenger contract or something like that before my teammates come back. But in all reality, they go down there and they end up at a disadvantage and die again versus a team that was waiting for them to come down. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, reviving makes noises. Use it for bait. You can absolutely use the noises and the sounds in this game against your enemy. Now, a lot of people think, oh, well, I just use, footsteps and stuff like that, and I try and listen to where the enemy's coming from. But you can actually use people that have headsets. You can use it to your advantage rather than their advantage. Most people are going to think, oh, that person is reviving their teammate. It's a fantastic time to push. But if you press that button and then back up a little bit and wait for them to push forward, you'll be able to get that kill and pretty much catch them off guard. Most people are thinking that everyone is too dumb, right? That's the big thing in Call of Duty. Everybody thinks that they're the smartest person in the game, and I'll tell you what, I think the exact same thing. Then again, I do post videos on tips to help thousands of people, but it is what it is. Regardless, everyone thinks the same thing, that they're going to be the smartest person in the game. So what you want to do is basically go tap the revive button on your teammate and then back up and let them come through to kill them. These people probably will just push on in and expect to get a free kill, but in reality, you're sitting there waiting and you're ready to destroy their souls. Alrighty, guys, that is gonna do it for the video. If you did go on to hey, like it. I don't know what I'm saying. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and make sure to turn on notifications. That way you get notified every single time I post a video. I live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all the way up until 2 p.m., which is when the videos go live over on YouTube. I do that on twitch.tv/iamexpel. Please go follow. I beg of you. We are killing it over there. It's been super cool seeing a ton of you guys out there. So having even more of you guys out there interacting in chat, it would mean the world to me. And then last but not least, if you want to, catch up to me on the daily, Twitter and Discord, best way to get a hold of me. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Go ahead and check out all the other videos I have on the channel, or just have a good day. I love you.